Hi guys, so my name is Nauman. Today we're going to talk about the performance goals. So what is the goals for Burnish and Bounds? The first goal we have is to manage communication effectively. What I mean by that is to manage our social media. Social media is so important nowadays that if you don't have a perfect social media, then your business is pretty much non-existent. So what I'm trying to say is that if we have a social media where we can engage with our consumers, such as the targeted consumer, the loyal consumers, and the potential consumers, we can gain a lot of sales. And also, we just want to improve our visibility within the organization. So what I mean is to understand each person's role, but at the same time know where we stand in the market and allow the consumers to find us easily without having to search too much. Creativity is something that we really want to work on. Our whole business pretty much is creativity for the higher income, but at the same time, we want to engage with our audience. So, for instance, our goal is to go to downtown, but advertise our business differently. Not just a paper, but just like we just go to the parade and showcase who we are as a business. Time management is important. That is our whole business pretty much. If we're not there on the time the person needs their car to be washed, then we're pretty much a useless business. So therefore, having that skill of time management is something that we strive for. To be there on time, to provide the service on time, to pick up the phones on time, to post on time, and so on. And therefore, we want to attract sales of new consumers weekly through recommendations. A lot of us take many courses or food types through word of mouth. So that's what we want as a business. We want people to hear about Burnish and bounce to the word of mouth. So moving on, we're gonna talk about the measurement. What are we measuring in this business? So simply, everything is aligned here. When we have the numbers of sales and the numbers of clicks on our website, that shows us how we are making our money. So for instance, the numbers of sale has to be higher because if the numbers of clicks were higher, that means we're not making enough money. Even though that's not always true, but what I'm trying to say is when we have a higher amount of sales and a lot of people are clicking and going to finalize their appointment, then we are making sales rather than just looking at the website and not progressing to the final steps. Advertisement is so important, and that's why we want to make sure that through the process of clicks where they can finalize their payment, our numbers of sales goes up, and therefore that shows us where the area demanded. Is it Lancaster? Is it York, Harrisburg, Carlisle? That's what we want to know because by knowing the area, we can research the income, the type of brands exist there, like sheets and so on. And then the annual revenue determines how much we have progress as a business. Moving on is the risk. What is the risk that we face? Car damage is something we all worry about. That's a liability for us. For instance, we just wash cars, but we can't fix the scratches. We will just lose the money. So the car damage is important for us to make sure when we wash, there's not a single scratch or anything. Arriving late to our appointment is really bad for us because the whole point is to make sure the needs are being met because the consumer wanted to find some time but they couldn't, so they call us. And if the price is too high, then we're asking too much, and that's why I have unrealistic demand because we need to make sure who we're targeting is realistic. But last year with COVID 19 and with today's economy's inflation, it's troubling. With COVID 19 last year, a lot of people stayed home. They had a lot of time. They can clean their cars. But prior to those years, a lot of people were outside, going to their work, picking up their kids. They don't have time. They have luxury cars. That's our duty to go there and clean it for them. Moving on is the key milestone. So one of the key milestones we want to have is to develop our own products through uh, R&D. By doing so, we're not just providing car service wash, but we're also bringing our own products. And when they see how nice our product is, they will also have additional purchases throughout their experience. And the main aspect we want to have is to gain a significant subscription status with the customers, marketing luxury and so on. But anyways, contract with Mannheim Auto Auction. So it's a big step in our business. Not just B2C where we go to your local neighborhood, but we're also going to your local businesses. Businesses need business too, obviously. So therefore, that's our job. There's a lot of car businesses or businesses that requires transportation, but they need to be kept well. So that is our duty. They don't need to go. We'll come to you and to offer more options such as oil change, tire pressure, and so on. You know, for instance, someone wants to get their car for wash, but we can also fix that oil change. And then we want to finalize that business plan because we're new to the market and launching our first marketing campaign. What I mean is not what you guys think, the first ad. What I mean is the first marketing campaign that involves engagement. We want engagement, not just throw information out. And doing so, we hope to get our first 1,000 customers.